Hi everyone, my name is Masako and I'm Category Manager for Productivity and Collaboration.
And my name is Emer Burke and I'm a Product Manager in the Marketplace Product Team.
We heard about private offers in earlier sessions. In this 30 minutes, let's make it real. This session will demonstrate how you can leverage private offers for both customers and partners. I'm going to act as our dear customer, Masako Corporation.
And I'll be Contoso ISV, who has a transactable offer in the Microsoft Commercial Marketplace.
Okay, let's begin. I just signed Microsoft Azure consumption commitment of $10 million, as our company is committed to Microsoft Cloud, and we wanted to have a special deal for Azure. I'm interested in Contoso app. I see you have priced your app at $350K per year for the whole tenant. I would like to sign a 3-year deal. That will be over $1 million. But can I do it for $750K in total, charging me $250K per year? And remember, I have Mac. I want $750K to count towards my Mac. Can you do that?
Yes, well, our application is Azure IP co-sell incentivized, so the purchase of our app through the marketplace can count towards your Mac commitment. Now, you said you would like to pay $250,000 per year for 3 years. So we can achieve this by leveraging private offers.
Private offers, what is that? Is that different from what I see on the marketplace?
Yes, private offers is a new feature that was launched earlier this year that allows ISVs like me to extend a special price to customers for my products. We can support a multi-year deal either by splitting the payments in equal amounts each year, or we can also support a scenario where you wanted to pay different amounts each year by setting up multiple private offers. But because you want to pay with equal amounts, I'm going to use the multi-year SaaS offer I have published in the marketplace today that has a 3-year billing term paid annually. And then I'll create a private offer with that plan.
That sounds perfect.
Let's take a look at how I set this up in Partner Center.
I'm glad you're going to demonstrate it for us. I'm learning something new today. Thank you.
So I'm going to go to Partner Center, and under Marketplace Offers, I'll click on Private Offers. I will see 2 options, Customers and CSP Partners. I'm creating a customer private offer here, so I'll click on that, and then I'll click on New Private Offer. I'll start by naming this Contoso for Masako Corporation, as this private offer is just for you. Once the private offer is live, you will see this in the Azure portal. Now I'll click Create. Now, one of the first things I'll need is my customer's billing account ID, which they can get from their Azure portal, either in Cost Management and Billing, Properties, or in the Subscription Properties. Because Masako Corporation has a Mac agreement and wants the purchase to count towards their Mac agreement, the billing account ID will be the same as their EA enrollment number that is associated to their Mac. I'll enter it here, and then I'll enter a description of the private offer for my internal visibility.
Counting towards Mac is important for us, and just to check, the entire purchase will count towards my Mac. Every single dollar that I pay for Contoso, right?
Yes, because this solution is Azure IP co-sell incentivized. Every dollar you spend counts towards your Mac by default.
That's amazing.
Yes, it's definitely a win-win for us both. Okay, next I'll enter the start and end dates for my private offer, which is setting the term for the special price. Because this is for a 3-year deal, I'll set up the term of the private offer to cover the 3-year subscription term, which will be set up when Masako Corporation actually purchases the product in the marketplace. I'll choose the start date to be the date you accept the private offer, but I also have the option to set this up to start on a future date. And I'll set the end date to be 3 years from now. Next, I can also enter an accept by date here to put in a deadline by which I would like my customer to accept the terms of the private offer. If my customer doesn't accept the private offer before this date, the private offer will expire and I'll need to create a new private offer.
I promise to get back to you on time.
Great. Now, I'll upload unique terms and conditions that apply to our deal. These will only be visible to Masako Corporation and are in PDF format. I drafted these up based on what we agreed to.
Oh, you can customize the terms and conditions? That's big. I was worried that I may need to do an offline agreement with you.
Yes, we can totally customize the terms to be custom to this deal and attach it to the private offer. It's a huge driver for private offers.
Okay.
Okay, so next I'll add up to 5 notification contacts who are people in my organization who all want to keep updated on the status of the private offer, like when it goes live or is accepted by the customer. I'll also add a prepared by contact who my customer will see when they review the details of the private offer and can reach out to for questions. Now I'm going to add the offers or plans that I want to provide you the special pricing for. I'll click on Add Offers Plans. This opens up a new screen where I can choose to set either an absolute price or discounted price. I'll choose absolute pricing here, which enables me to overwrite the price of the public plan to the price we agreed to. I also have an option here to choose discounted price, which allows me to enter a percentage discount off the public retail price of my plan. When I select absolute pricing, it will bring up all of my plans that are publicly available for purchase on the marketplace. I'll choose the offer and plan that has the multi-year billing option, and then I'll click Add. Once the plan has been added to the pricing table, I'll see the option to Configure Price. When I click on Configure Price, this will bring up the pricing setup of my public plan, which, Masako, you noted earlier is listed at $350,000 per year.
Remember, we agree on $250,000 per year.
Yes, I'll overwrite that price with $250,000 as we discussed. Once done, I'll click Save, and now I'm ready to review and submit my private offer. Once I click on Review and Submit, I'll be presented with a summary of the details of my private offer. I'll review all the details here, and I can edit anything that I need to at this point. Then, if I'm happy with everything, I'll hit Submit. Once I submit the private offer, I'll see it in my dashboard as in progress, and within 15 minutes, my private offer will go live, which means it will display in my dashboard with a status of pending acceptance, and I will be able to copy the link to the private offer for my customer. My notification contacts will also get an email once the private offer goes live. The email will also have the link to the private offer that I can share with my customer, in this case, Masako Corporation, to accept.
Okay, so now you have set up the private offer. How do I see it and purchase it?
Well, I just sent you an email with the link to the private offer. So you can open that link and see all the details of the private offer. You can also view all of your private offers from all publishers in the Azure portal under Private Offer Management.
Ding! I just got your email. I need my procurement to double check it. Is it okay for me to share this email with my procurement lead?
Yes, you can share the link with the person in your organization who has the authority to approve the terms of the private offer. Depending on your agreement type with Microsoft, it will be someone with owner or contributor rights on the billing account. If you don't know who that is, you will be presented with a notification at the top of the screen listing who those contacts are.
Okay, so what happens when my procurement opens that private offer link?
Let's take a look. Once they open the link, they can review all of the details of the private offer that I have entered, such as term, products included, price or discount percentage where it applies. They will see my contact details as the person who prepared the private offer and the accept by date. The customer can also click on the terms and conditions link to view the special terms I've attached to this private offer. Once the customer clicks the checkbox that they have read the offer's terms and conditions, the button to accept the private offer will be enabled. The customer clicks Accept Private Offer to complete acceptance.
Oh, is that it? That's easy.
Yeah, Microsoft worked hard to make this functionality as simple as possible.
Okay, so what happens now that my procurement has accepted the private offer?
Well, once you accept the terms of the private offer, that tells Microsoft what price to charge you when you purchase the product through the marketplace. This doesn't mean you've purchased the product or that invoicing will occur yet. So the next step is to complete the purchase of the private product. To do this, click on the link in the screen or go to the Azure portal and you can see the Contoso for Masako Corporation private offer in Private Offer Management. And remember, this is only viewable to your organization. You will also be able to see my product listed in private products in the Azure portal because I've extended a private offer to you. Private products will contain all offers you have received private offers for. You can open the product, see the plan I extended the private offer for, see the special price I set up, and the billing term. When you're ready to purchase the product, you can choose that private offer eligible plan, a subscription that's associated to your billing account, click subscribe, and then fill out the rest of the information. You'll see the private offer price here as well. And then you can click review and subscribe when you're ready. Once you purchase the SaaS subscription, you must complete the purchase by configuring it. This will bring you to my landing page, and once you complete the steps to configure, I will activate the product. Once activated, Microsoft will bill Masako Corporation, and you will see the charge on your next invoice for the price we discussed.
Cool. I'm glad that I don't have to set up Contoso as my supplier. It takes a lot of effort and time to have an approval from my procurement group and finance. Wait. Tell me how I can check the invoice of $250,000.
Well, marketplace billing aligns with how your enterprise agreement is billed to you. On your next invoice, whenever you receive it, you will see the charge for my product and the discounted price reflected there.
Good. I have a random question. What happens if my procurement selects the wrong offer? We are all humans. Anything can happen.
Well, as a customer, you have 72 hours to cancel the SaaS subscription and have the charge auto-refunded.
Just to confirm, I had to pay to Microsoft and not to Contoso. Microsoft is going to take care of the payment to Contoso. Did I get it right?
Yes, that's right. You will receive your bill from Microsoft. On the ISV side, ISVs have access to robust reporting on private offer transactions. I can use Partner Center to see that you've purchased my product in my Insights reports. Let's take a look at reporting. I can log into Partner Center, and there are two workspaces to access reporting. Insights Workspace applies to Azure Marketplace only, and Payouts Workspace contains reporting for multiple Microsoft programs. Let's look at the Insights Workspace first. I can access many reports such as orders, usage, revenue, and customers. Let's look at orders as an example to confirm our transaction has been successful. When I open the orders report, I see the dashboard. Now I can filter the dashboard view to focus only on private offer transactions if I wish. I'll move down to the orders details area. Here I can see the details of the transaction we did, the associated revenue, and the fact it is a private offer or not. ISVs who are interested can also leverage APIs to programmatically access analytics reports to monitor sales, track their private offer transactions, evaluate performance, and optimize offers in the commercial marketplace.
Why are the reporting APIs important for ISVs?
Well, the key value of programmatic access of commercial marketplace analytics data is customized reporting and integration with ISV's internal BI systems and platforms. The API enables ISVs to define reporting queries or templates based on their needs, set a schedule, and get timely and trustworthy reports at scheduled intervals. I also spoke about the Payouts workspace. There are 3 marketplace-related pages in the Payout workspace that ISVs can use to manage payouts: payments, transaction history, and export data. The payments page shows payouts at an aggregate level, and I can also see a list of payments so I can track the payout associated to the transaction we did. Under transaction history, this shows all earnings eligible for payouts, including payments not yet sent. ISVs can also see the payout status for transactions and the estimated payout month. Revenue summary is not applicable to Marketplace, so we'll skip that. And then finally, under export data, ISVs can export your transaction history reports. They can also create their own customized templates for their transaction history reports.
Speaking of payouts, can you explain how Contoso receives the payout from Microsoft?
Well, for this scenario, because you are an EA customer and have transacted a subscription-based product, I will see the transaction in my payouts report within 48 to 72 hours, and I will receive my payout next month. Now, this schedule will differ by product and customer account type, and we'll discuss this further at the end of the session. The payment from Microsoft to me as the ISV will be based on the private offer price, and Microsoft will calculate their 3% agency fee off of that amount.
Thank you. Now, let's change the scenario. Not all customers purchase directly from Microsoft and utilize Mac. Many of the customers purchase from partners in Microsoft Cloud Solution Provider program, or known as CSP program. Now, let's imagine that I'm a CSP who just heard about the opportunity that I can resell your Contoso app and get a margin. Emer, shall we start? I sell Microsoft 365 licenses to my customers, but I would like to add Teams apps to meet the needs of hybrid world. Can I purchase multiple Teams apps from Microsoft Commercial Marketplace at a discounted price and package it for my customers?
Yes, you can. Let's start with my app. Let's agree on the margin percentage, and Contoso can provide a private offer to you.
I would like to have 30% margin off the retail price to sell to all my customers.
Deal. Let's provide a 30% margin to you now using CSP private offers. So I'm going to go to Partner Center and click on Private Offers again. This time I'll choose CSP Partners to create this private offer, and then click New Private Offer. I'll start by naming it something for my own internal use. I'll call this Private Offer for Masako CSP and click Create. Once I have created the private offer, I'll enter the information I need to complete it. I'll enter the dates. Let's start the private offer as soon as possible and end in a year.
Fair enough. I can see how the sales go and we will renegotiate.
Okay. I'll enter my notification contacts so I get notified when the private offer is live. Next, I'll add the offers or plans I wish to extend the margin for. When I click Add Offers Plans, it will show me all of my offers and plans that are publicly transactable on the marketplace. I'll choose my product and I'll extend the margin at the offer level so it applies to all the plans associated to the offer. But I could also choose individual plans here also. I can also add multiple offers or plans into the same private offer. Once I've selected the offer, I'll click Add to add it to the pricing table.
Margin percentage is 30%.
Yes. This is where I'll enter 30% as we discussed. Now, I'll add your company tenant. I'll click on Add CSP Partners, and I'll use the Partner Finder search functionality to find your company by searching by name, or if you have your tenant ID, you can provide that to me, and I can also use that to search for your tenant. Once I find it, I'll add it. Once added, we have all the details needed to submit the private offer. I'll hit Review and Submit, and once I'm happy all of the information is accurate, I'll hit Submit. Once submitted, I will see the private offer with a status of in progress in my dashboard. So within 15 minutes, my private offer will be live. My notification contacts receive an email also to let them know, and I'll see it in my CSP private offers dashboard also with a status of live.
As a CSP, how can I ensure that I have 30% margin?
Well, first of all, I'll send you an email once the private offer is live to inform you that I have set up the private offer. When you log into your CSP Partner Center dashboard, you can see all margins extended to you by any ISV under Pricing and Margins. This tells you which products you have a margin for and the dates or the terms for those. All you need to do then is purchase those products for your customers in Microsoft Commercial Marketplace. Microsoft will bill you as the CSP partner at the discounted price I set up, and you'll be able to see the details in your monthly recon file.
Okay, I'm going to have 30% discounted price from the public offer for Contoso. Let me do the same things with other ISVs. What I want is to bundle some Teams application with Microsoft 365 licenses that will help my customers for today's hybrid work. Am I getting right?
Yes, it is your decision on how to package it and sell it, as you own the relationship with your customers. So outside of the Microsoft Commercial Marketplace, you can set a price for my product for your customers, add in another ISV solution, add in your services, and package it up to sell via your own commerce systems. You will then build a customer, and we can also partner on go-to-market activities.
Love it! I need to train my sales team, so appreciate you training us and creating the materials with us. Okay, now I'm Microsoft. We have gone into the detail on 2 different flavors of private offers. Is there anything that I should know of?
Well, there is another capability which we all heard about in the previous roadmap session that we refer to as multi-party private offers. ISVs will be able to include the customer's preferred partner on the marketplace private offer deal, and customers will be able to purchase the multi-party private offer through the marketplace and still have every dollar count towards their cloud consumption commitment. As Alison highlighted, we look forward to sharing more information on this capability in the coming months. Now, let's see what questions we have in chat. There is an interest on how Microsoft handles tax. Can you talk more about that, Masako?
Sure. Microsoft Commercial Marketplace supports more than 141 countries, and we divide the countries into Microsoft Managed Countries and Partner Managed Countries. We have 50 countries that Microsoft manages taxes, and those countries include US, Canada, France, Germany, and many others. For the rest of countries, partners manage their taxes. Let's imagine the app is $100 and taxes 10%. If the customer is in Microsoft Managed Countries, customer will pay $110, including tax. Microsoft will pay $10 to the tax authority, keep $3 as a transaction fee, and pay $97 to ISVs. If the customer is in Publisher Managed Country, like Zimbabwe, then customer will pay $100, Microsoft will keep $3, and ISVs will get $97. It is the partner's obligation to pay applicable taxes to the authority. We have a link in the resources that explain this in detail.
Thanks, Masako. Okay, another question. As an ISV, when do I get the payout from Microsoft?
Yep, we get this question all the time. Payout depends on offer type and how customer pays to Microsoft. If the offer is subscription-based, such as licenses by user or tenant, and customer is paying through enterprise agreement, then the payout to ISV will be within 2 months. If the offer is based on usage, we need time to calculate the amount, just like electricity bill. If the customer is paying through their enterprise agreement, then the payout to ISV will be within 3 months. If the customer is paying through other methods, such as credit card, then the payment to the ISVs will be once Microsoft collects the payment from the customer.
Thanks, Masako. If you have further questions, Partner Center support would be your best friend. And check out the links in this slide and in the show notes. If you would like to access the links now, we have aka.ms/marketplace FAQ so that you can download the links today. Additionally, our team hosts a weekly office hours and hosts dozens of webinars each week on marketplace topics that range in technical difficulty to get all your questions answered. We'll put the link in the show notes and in the chat. Additionally, the ISV Success Program is fully dedicated to helping you on board to Marketplace.
Thank you for joining us today, and we hope you found this session useful. Bye!